Hello guys, I hope you're all doing good on this fine day. Today I want to talk to you all about how I started sim drifting, what I learned over time, and how everyone can get into this hobby. This video is gonna be split into a few parts. What games to choose, what input method you should choose, what simulator I use and what cars I use to learn with, what you can expect regarding your progress, and how to start drifting. What game to choose? It strongly changes depending on what you're trying to do. If you just want to get your feet wet with drifting and you're on a controller or a basic steering wheel, a good start would be games like Carpack Drift Racing Online or JDM Masters. But if you find games similar to the ones I just mentioned, you're probably fine for the biggest part. Personally, I would stay away from drifting in games like Forza, because the wheel support in my opinion isn't really great, so it's kinda hard to drift and you may learn bad habits from that. The next point on my list is the input method section. For the input method there are two options in my opinion, a controller or a steering wheel, but that depends on how serious you want to get into sim drifting. A wheel is always a better choice, but I understand that not everybody has the budget or the space for a steering wheel setup, so let's start with the lowest possible price point. The lowest price point in my opinion is around $50. For this money you can get the Gamester Cyclone 2. It's a solid choice because of the advanced rumble motors and TMR sticks. That means you should get the best possible experience from a controller. But that doesn't mean you need exactly the controller I just mentioned. If you want to start with a controller, look for one with a decent rumble and vibration motor and either Hall effect or TMR joysticks, so you don't have to deal with stick drift. If you have around €300 or $400 to spend, you could go for two different brands. The OG Logitech with its G920 or PXN with the V10 Pro or Ultra. But be careful, the V10 Ultra comes only with two pedals, so you need to buy the clutch pedal separately. That could get the price of it to around €330. From my experience, I would go with the Logitech bundle, with the shifter and maybe get an AliExpress handbrake. That would land you around the same price with the bonus of a shifter and the handbrake. You could also get the shifter on AliExpress, like I did back when I started, but they have risen in price, so your mileage will definitely vary. The next real upgrade would be if you have around €700. That would get you a Moza R5 bundle with a table clamp plus shifter and handbrake, or a similar offer from someone like Fanatec or Simagic, but the prices will vary. If you have even more money, around 1.5k, you're ballin'. That would get you a full aluminium profile rig with the before mentioned Moza bundle, or you can even squeeze in the R9 with more Newton meters of torque. But prices only go up from here, depending on what you want or you need. Now we come to the part what simulator I use. The game of my choice for drifting, and where I learned the most, is by far Assetto Corsa, the OG one from 2013. It has probably one of the best, or maybe even the best, physics for drifting if you use the right cars and tracks. For a beginner, I would recommend sticking with the drift track Assetto Corsa provides because of its easy layout and lack of elevation changes. For the Carpack, I would always recommend Gravy Garage because of its easier handling, while still giving you the feeling that you accomplished something. The knowledge you earn driving Gravy Garage cars will also help you learn different Carpacks faster later on. If you master the drift track so that you can drift the whole circuit without spinning, you can start the experimentation phase. You can get new tracks like Drift Playground or something else entirely, but depending on the mapper there could be corners sticking out of the track, so be careful for that. A good mapper in my opinion is C-Toretto, who has a bunch of free tracks and more stuff on his Patreon. So let's get into the last part of the video before I actually show you how to get into a drift. What progress can you expect? That depends on the kind of person you are. Some people will pick it up faster and some slower, but I think everyone who wants to learn can drift eventually. For myself, I probably stayed over 24 hours on the beginner drift track alone, before I was confident enough to get onto another track and car. The only thing you need is patience, and you need to take breaks if you feel exhausted. Because when you are exhausted, you probably aren't gonna learn shit, and you will probably get frustrated. So if nothing works anymore, come back later or on the next day. That means practice and patience are king. A good addition would also be trying to learn together with a friend. That can make it easier or at least more fun. You will succeed. I believe in every one of y'all watching. There are 3 big ways to initiate a drift: the weight transfer, the clutch kick, and the handbrake entry. We begin with the weight transfer. For the first one, it's pretty simple. You get up to speed and start steering in opposite directions to upset the car. If done correctly, your car will be sideways, but now it's a matter of holding the drift, so you can start playing with gas and brake to hold your drift and even change your angle a bit. The second one is clutch kicking. It's pretty much the same, but you can do it at lower speeds. You drive towards a corner, press in the clutch, let the car go into the red line, and flick your car into a corner with a fast movement of the steering wheel. Most of the time, a clutch kick gets used if you feel that the power isn't enough or to save yourself from spinning on the side of a corner. Now for the easiest entry, in my opinion, the handbrake entry. You drive into a corner, pull the handbrake, you should start sliding immediately, but now you also need to control it with gas and brake. For me, I only use handbrakes for some faster corners or to adjust my angle during tandem. You see, you reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me yap about something I love, sim drifting. And I hope this video helped you, or at least something you enjoyed watching. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to my channel and maybe even join my Discord, just to chat, get maybe more advice for drifting, or just to get announced when I start streaming or upload again. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see each other in the next stream or in the next video. Bye bye.